All right, everybody, welcome in. We are here with Burn in Silence, their Turkey finals. They have been doing this for 3 days, I believe. I can double check. And it is believe it's a $200 cash prize for the winning team. All right, our very first map starting off tonight with match number 1 being Erangel is a very western side of this map. So we've got, in this flight path, we've got the boatyard, RICHX, school, Pachinki, Georgiapol, hospital, Primorsk, the military base. These teams starting out very well with good places to get to. You've got Yasnaya Polyana that is actually out there just a little ways off of this flight path, but very doable for these teams to jump down, grab what they need to get away from that flight path. We also have Severny up there as well. So we'll see where these teams go. Starting out match number 1. It's all going to be crazy here from here on out. Starting out with crazy, our very first zone is going to be military base. With that, these teams that are going to be jumping out towards like Georgiapol, Severny, RICHX, places like this, they're going to have to quickly loot, grab what they need, and then actually move down into the military base. Now, with military base being 2 ways in and 2 ways out, there's 2 bridges. We might see some bridge camp here. But our teams are jumping out, and we've got potentially could have some fights coming on. We do have a couple right on ground already going at it. And this is gonna be Team 9. SUIX Esports. If I pronounced that wrong, I do apologize. And it looks like they've got some members that are already in low in health. Hopefully they can stay alive long enough to be able to get healed up here a little bit. And Team 7 is going to be 4 Sexy Frogs, and they've already lost a member already as they started out with being a full squad. So it's not looking too good for 4 Sexy Frogs. All right, they are doing, Team 9 doing good here. Luke's gets a draw, but does not confirm that kill. 4 Sexy Frogs are now down to 2. And a Team 9 already starting out strong with gonna be a 3 eliminations. So 4 Sexy Frogs is gonna be very quickly down to just a solo. All right, let's go check. While that, it looks like it's not going to end very well for 4 Sexy Frogs. That was a beautiful grenade. It did get out there to the distance, but didn't quite hit mark. All right, we made 4 Sexy Frogs maybe down and out. Let's see. A member of the Team 9 definitely pushing a solo here. So this is going to be a 1v1 for right now. But we have a Poppy rolling in. We have another fight going on. And let's quickly here. And that is it right there. 4 Sexy Frogs down and out. And they are the very first team that is out for this match. Headed over with the Team 10. Silence Esports. They are up with 2 eliminations. We've got Team 19 straight out of And that they are down. They've got 3 eliminations. And that they are sitting as a duo. So hopefully those two can hold their own and try to at least get to the top 10 and get some points. But they do have 3 eliminations. Heading straight over with Team 11, NEXUS. They are sitting as a full squad still, but they have a team of 4. Exceed in the area. So both of these teams are kind of in the area and vicinity of each other, grabbing what they can, but still laying low, trying to make sure that they can stay alive. Headed up into Severny with Team 16. Fearless 4. They're down a member. And 2 are down. 1 has been eliminated. It looks like it's going to be all up to a Viper here. Can Viper hold his own? Viper doing really well trying to keep this distance. All right, Team 12 is going to be RICH Esports, and they are doing a hard push. And Fearless 4 down and out. We've also lost Team 17. SILVERSPURS. Team 17 has been eliminated as well. We've already lost 3 teams into this very first match. We'll definitely keep an eye on our teams over in the Primorsk. Team 11 and Team 4. All right, our teams are starting to loot up and definitely move into zone. So RICH Esports with 4 eliminations. They are really far north up there in Severny. They're going to need to be able to start traveling here very soon, very quickly. Nova is down. For NEXUS. All right, let's see. Are they going to be able to get the revive? Yes, they are. Season coming in very quickly, going to get to the revive, but has 2 upstairs that are knocked. So he's going to go ahead and get those eliminations and get the revive. So NEXUS now up to 2 eliminations, and it looks like a team of 4 may be in trouble now. One of their Moto is down, still calling out where the team is. Rolling in, looks like we're going to have another team that's going to be joining us. It's going to be Dauntless. They're just kind of rolling on through. All right, we've got Dauntless as well. They are in Primorsk. Got a couple of team members in Primorsk, but looks like they are scattering and being able to get out of there. And Exceed down and out. So in NEXUS up to 4 eliminations. And we have 13 teams that are remaining for match 1. Jumping right into with the team of 15 here. Already down to a solo URZA Esports. They've got 3 eliminations. But Vortex, last one still standing. Team 13, INV, currently 0 eliminations. They still have plenty of time, but it looks like they are going to be a duo here moving forward. TGAMES Esports on the backside of military with 1 elimination, full squad. All right, our teams are making their way in. It is about to get really crazy here in a military base for these teams, as these teams are trying to decide whether to cross by the water, get in a boat and get across, or go by the bridge. Extreme Slayers Team 18 holding down the West Side Bridge. RF12 has Team 20 over there across the way. Always on the top is going to be Team 20 in sights. Definitely does at this point. Don't want to take any shots, but very well, if the opportunity takes, we could see a quick shot or two here by RF12. Always on the top, Team 20 here. 0 eliminations, a full squad. All right, let's jump with the Team 3, TACOLOVERS. They are on the east side of this map, on the east side bridge. Very close. They could be holding it down just to see if any of these other teams that may come across. X is down with INV. Silence Esports up at the top at the... So they've got 2 eliminations and a team of 3 right now. So they're doing really well by kind of holding that east side bridge down along with INV. They're both these teams are holding down the east side bridge. All right, Team 9. And Poppy, last one, still stands and is very much in trouble here with a Team 8 closing in very, very quickly here. Smoke is all around. They're just kind of shooting in the dark here. Not sure where he's at. Poppy down and out, and Team 8 TGAMES coming in with 5 eliminations. RTP they have now moved into the military base. They did leave their high point there, and they're trying to make their way, trying to set up inside the military base, quickly loot whatever they can, as teams are going to start rolling in. All right, that Zada rolling in. All right, always on top. Looks like RICHX Esports is moving in on top of them. Let's see how this goes. We're gonna watch these two teams. And it looks like Jat is down and out. So Rich Esports is gonna be a team of 3. Oh, duo team now. They do have 4 eliminations. Topper dangerously close to always on top. But that zone is moving. Let's see. Can they confirm this kill? Topper gets out of there just in the time. All right, these two teams are going to need to be making their way into zone. Always on top with a full squad, 1 elimination. All right, Team 18 is still holding strong over there. All right, we are down to just 11 teams remaining for match 1, and our zone's starting to close in. All right, INV up there on top here. So they do have a really good place here. They are kind of on top of the hill. This does provide a little bit of oversight of as teams that do try to make their way up. And then you have Team 10 RTP down inside the military. Dauntless still a full squad with 0 eliminations. But we very well could see a Dauntless pull out to 2 eliminations here on INV. All right, TGAMES out in the distance there. All right, Dauntless waiting patiently, kind of set up just barely up there on the hill with INV, so we'll see how this goes. They're close that they could start a fight. We'll keep an eye on those two teams. We got straight out of Nepal that has made their way into the military base. So RTP 10, team at 10. So we could see if we could see these two teams go at it here momentarily. We'll keep an eye on those. All right, looks like Tacos are taking their time getting in. Let's get y'all back there in this action here. Looks like Tacos are taking their time moving into zone, staying close to the zone. Team 8 within 9 eliminations. Let's see if they can get this a revive. We'll get the main cam back up here. And they got that revive nicely done. Looks like they may have another one of their members down. They do. They have another one. Let's see if they're going to be able to get this revive. And that they are. All right, so TGAMES back up to a full squad. Both members that were down are fully healed back up. Looks like INV down and out. Dauntless now on the board with 1 elimination. Dauntless may be in trouble here. Blaze down. XP3 is down. Jelly laying down some shots. This is about to be chaotic right here. We've got 3 or 4 teams that are starting to move in. Looks like a TGAMES is down and out. Dauntless gonna quickly try to get these revived. They are inside zone, so this will actually help out a lot here that they are this close to the next zone. They are getting those revives. Taco still sits as a full squad with 3 eliminations. We got 7 teams that are remaining, and it is about to get crazy. Always on top. Last man that was still stands gets ran over, and they are down and out. Taco now up to 7 eliminations. Just that quick from like a 2 to 7, and they are eight eliminations, and they are coming out from the bottom all the way to the top here. They're now in the top 4. Taco Thursday is down, and then they are going to get Taco Wednesday coming in with a revive. Vortex still alive, staying alive, keeping that team alive here and trying to get them to that top 3. Has done exceptionally well by laying low, playing the zone, and trying to just slide right on into the zone and letting the other teams do the work. All right, straight out of Nepal, Wolf. Kind of just laying there, trying to using the vehicle as cover. Very smart there. Resilence still kind of stuck inside the military base. They're gonna have to make a move here, but Taco on the top of the hill, they can definitely see Taco Monday has been dropped. Now let's see. Madden down. All right, the rest of Team 10 quickly trying to roll in, trying to use the car, but it does not. Taco lovers have come from starting out. They just had very little and have quickly gained the upper hand here to the last 2 teams. Tuesday is down. Wolf could very well secure this kill for straight at Nepal. Spence is now down. Taco Wednesday is down. Spence is down for straight at Nepal. This is very well, looks like it's going to be a 1v1. Taco Lovers have 2 members. Nicely done. GG's. Taco Lovers coming out from the bottom, taking their time and coming out on top. Straight in Nepal coming in second. RTP coming in third. URZA coming in fourth. Dauntless coming in fifth. Always on top coming in sixth. NA coming on in seventh. TGN coming in, or TG coming in 8th, INV coming in 9th, XS coming in 10th, RICHX coming in 11th, SUIX coming in 12th, ARTIC Gaming coming in 13th, Exceed coming in 14th, Fearless 4 coming in 15th, SILVERSPURS coming in 16th, and 4 Sexy Frogs coming in 17th. Alrighty, that is it for match number 1. We'll get you here into match number 2 momentarily. Hang tight. All right, match number 2. And we're going to be following TACOLOVERS on this one. And they definitely brought the heat for round 1, for match 1. Let's see if they can keep that tempo and be able to get the eliminations and stay up there in the top 5. And maybe even come out with another chicken and dinner. You never know with how well these teams can definitely swap and change. And match number 2, we've got a Villa de Mar all the way up towards through the truck stop towards El Alzar. Great places for these teams to definitely jump out. We've got Los Leonos that is in this flight path. Now, with Los Leonos being as large as it is, definitely can see one or two teams. We can see 2 or 3 teams jump in. Never know that each team is there, and then be able to get out undetected. We've got El Pozo up towards the northern part of this, where we could definitely see teams that could jump down, grab a vehicle, move out to El Pozo, loot up, suit up, and actually make it back into zone. We've got San Martin and Hacienda kind of close to this flight path. Very well could see a couple teams jump there. And then we've got Picado that is directly very close. May see 1 or 2 teams jump in there, so we can see very quick fights there. May see some teams kind of go out to El Azar, maybe even see some teams that make it all the way out to the end of the flight path, grab a vehicle, and then move out to Campo Militar. And our zone, our very first zone, is going to be kind of towards that west side of this map. Now, with this map, if people are not familiar with it, it is a very large land map with a lot of high places, so these teams could be sniped from 200 to 300 meters away and never know where that bullet is coming from until it is too late. Looks like we're going to have 3 teams inside Picado. This is going to be very crowded. Let's let all these teams jump down, and we'll jump into Picado with our 2 teams. We've got 2 teams in truck stop. We'll actually probably head over there as well. So, and we've got San Martin. We've got teams there. We're going to see some very quick fights here between several teams, but we'll definitely keep an eye on them. We've got team in Impala that is going on already. So straight out of Nepal, down to just that quick. As soon as they got down on ground, have already lost 2 of their members. So it looks like it's going to be Lost In and Wolf. Both are still standing. Heading right over into Picado, where our 3 teams have jumped. We've got Team 20. Let's get those back up on the... Get these back. Alright, Team 20. Always on a top. Currently 0 eliminations. They are kind of staying low. They're going to probably wait for the prime opportunity to get those third-party kills. Resilence. Team 10 already down to, very quickly, already down to a duo. Alright, 4 Sexy Frogs putting in a little more work here. They are now up to 2 eliminations. Resilence is pinned down between 2 really good teams. So we'll have to see, are they going to be able to get out of here alive, or are they going to fall short between 2 teams? Let's see. We'll keep an eye on them. Let's go see. We did have some other action going on over in Impala. Let's jump back over there. TGAMES with 2 eliminations. So they're still going at it with straight out of Nepal. So Exceeded Team 4 already down and out. So they're going to be our first team out of... Alright, Wolf may be on his own. Wolf with straight out of Nepal. Last one still standing. Oh, he's trying to escape. Gets tagged as going up the hill. Maybe in some trouble. Does escape it and is down and out. Long range shot. So Resilence up to 4 elimination and straight out of Nepal. Our second team out for match 2 here. Our teams in Bacado are still there. So RTP still looks like they are still pinned down. We'll keep an eye on them as well, for sure, because there's a lot of teams inside of Picado. Headed with Fearless of 4 with 4 eliminations. Oh, excuse me. This is team 8. Fearless 4 down and out. I thought we went over to Fearless 4. Alright, looks like 4 Sexy Frogs decided to get out of Picado. Alright, we've got teams that definitely went out to Campo Militar very well. Very smart. They were able to grab a lot of good stuff out there. Taco Lovers are still out there. They're going to be in the blue zone. So we're going to have about a handful of teams that are going to be battling the blue zone. So they're going to need to find a vehicle and move into the zone. All right, 4 Sexy Frogs decided to quickly make camp kind of in this very center here. Always on top with 2 eliminations. I believe they did get those eliminations for RTP, so that is going to be team of 10. Resilence are now down and out. 13 teams are remaining for match 2. So we definitely have 5 teams that are still in that blue zone, still sitting. Looks like we got a few teams that are still sitting as a full squad. They're going to be making their way into zone or rotating in. Arctic Gaming with 4 eliminations and a team of 3 looks like right now. And they have made their camp inside El Pozo. And it looks like Nexus has picked up a high point here on top. So they have a little bit of a high point here, and they are being able to oversee. It looks like they've got team of 7 right down below them. So team 7, 4 Sexy Frogs. Novo getting really close here. So still moving in. It gets tagged. Season has been dropped and out. All right, so that's going to be 4 Sexy Frogs, up to 3 eliminations now. Oh, was not paying attention. Definitely had 2 members of 4 Sexy Frogs moving in and gets dropped from way behind. Nova with some grenades, trying to get the grenades in the right spot. Novo is down. Looks like the God Kid is going to be the last one still standing for Nexus. So Nexus with just one elimination. Can God Kid hold them down and try to keep them in the, get them in the top 10? Alright, teams are rotating in that are still out there in that blue zone. They're making their way in here. But is it about to be absolutely crazy with 13 teams remaining and the zone keeps getting smaller? Alright, we have shots, but not really sure where they're coming from just yet. We're going to have to try to find them out. It's like a Dauntless maybe. Looks like it was Dauntless. We're going to get y'all back here in that. So Dauntless up to one elimination now. All right, and they're going to be, it looks like they got one of their members just kind of pushing out. It looks like they're going to be rotating around on INV. Let's drop here. They are sitting with 0 eliminations, still plenty of time and plenty of teams that are remaining for them to get some eliminations, but they are sitting as a team of 3. All right, INV now just a duo. They lost another member there to Dauntless. All right, teams are making their way in, coming from El Pozo. We're going to see, they may see a TACOLOVERS move through there, grab any extra supplies. SILVERSPURS, a team of 17. They're out there in the sandstorm. This sandstorm is going to cause a little bit of damage if they cannot stay alive. It looks like they all have plenty of meds. Alright, and that sandstorm has passed right on through. So SILVERSPURS and RICHX going at it as they were inside that storm. So they are some team members are down and low in health. So hopefully they can heal up. Alright, Jat is down for RICHX. And Topper, looks like Topper's just kind of laying low. Let's see. Very close there. Looks. All right. It is all up to Topper. Last one that is still standing. But it looks like he may be disconnected. Hopefully he hasn't disconnected and is able to get back in and lay low. While SILVERSPURS are just kind of right outside the window and the door, and it looks like it's going to be all done and over with. Zen did not see them laying there or standing there at all as they ran in and then turned around, and there he was. Zen's got to be a little careful just going into unknown buildings without actually checking. XP with some long-range shots. Being up there on this hill, very vulnerable for other teams that are in the area. XP could get taken out. And always on top has made their way into the zone. They're kind of almost sitting dead center, but let's go check them out here. 2 eliminations, and they are sitting very nicely kind of inside of the zone. Almost dead center. There's not going to be a lot of cover for these teams as they are going to be making their way in, and the zone is getting smaller. Not a lot of cover at all for these teams. So always on top may be in the right place. Along with ARTIC Gaming, both of those two teams are in well good places and definitely able to see quite a bit. All right, TGAMES still sitting as a full squad, and they are waiting very patiently for this zone to shift to see where they're going to be going. A lot of these teams, we got 4 Sexy Frogs in a TGAMES, kind of a waiting on the edge here. We also got the SILVERSPURS that are also waiting there. This zone, they're going to be riding the zone in as soon as it gets to them. They're going to be pushing into the center here. User esports Deco Deop, last one still stands and is pushing in through the zone. And is definitely able to pick up a vehicle here. So that is definitely going to help tremendously to get them inside the zone, but has to be extremely careful. We have a JJ24. Oh, and is down and out. Jumped out of the vehicle way too soon and way too quickly. And TACOLOVERS up to 4 elimination. And always on top, definitely had the right spot here. The zone did close in on them, so the last few teams are going to be outside that zone. So this is going to be, they're going to be pushing right in to always on top. Extreme Slayers they did start this match off with being a complete team of 3. They are up to 2 eliminations, and they are still a team of 3, and they are in the top 10. All right, Taco Lovers have the high point here, so they're definitely going to be able to oversee quite a bit of these teams. And Taco Tuesday knocks and drops Jelly and gets tagged themselves. 9 teams are remaining. All right, Taco Lovers holding it down on the mountain here. Taco Tuesday is down and was able to slide down the mountain without getting hurt too much there. But this zone gonna start hurting Taco Tuesday, maybe down and out here. And it is. So Taco Lovers now up to just a team of 3. Taco Monday has been dropped by RF12. Taco Wednesday coming in for a revive. 6 teams are remaining. D7B with team 6. Arctic Gaming is out. Koi Widows or shots there. So Arctic Gaming up to 6 eliminations, and it looks like they're going to be pushing forward with just a duo team now. Blaze loading in some mortars, trying to get some mortars out. Definitely from those long range. Got another team that is returning the mortars, but not quite getting it all the way out. Winter with always on top, down and out. Shank's last one still stands. Alright, Shank's last one was not able to stay hidden too well. Taco Thursday down and out. Taco Lovers completely been eliminated with, I believe they had 10 eliminations there, so it is gonna be Blaze with a Dauntless. Last one still stands. It could come in with a clutch here and take out Extreme Slayers. Blaze making it across, trying to make it across the road. Oh, Blaze got dropped. Nice drop. This could very well turn into a 1v1. Blaze healing up. R12, kind of the last man still standing. This is a 1v1. Who's it gonna be? Extreme Slayers or Dauntless? Extreme Slayers with that beautiful grenade. R12. RF12 with a beautiful final grenade there. So Extreme Slayers coming out on top with that chicken dinner. Dauntless coming in second. Taco Lovers coming in third. Always on top, coming in fourth. Arctic Gaming coming in fifth. For Sexy Frogs coming in sixth. NA coming in seventh. TGAMES coming in 8th. SILVERSPURS coming in 9th. SUIX coming in 10th. URZA coming in 11th. RICHX Esports coming in 12th. INV coming in 13th. RTP coming in 14th. Fearless 4 coming in 15th. Straight out of Nepal coming in 16th. And Exceeded coming in 17th. that is it for match number 2. We're going to quickly get you here into match number 3. Y'all hang tight. All right, match number 4. Right before we got in, it did crash there, so we are back in it here. So, match number 3 here. We are here in Rondo, another large land map. So, this is going to be a wide open, but a very lot of good places for these teams to jump down, loot up, suit up, grab what they need, and take on fights to come. But what makes this map very unique is that there are places for these teams to revive their team members. Once they have been eliminated, they can bring them back. So if the team gets down to just one player, that one player can find a recall tower and bring the other 3 members back, and they are back up to a full squad. So, and even if they lose a member, any member could then go recall, but they only get 1 recall for the entire match. So, with the very first zone, and we did have dual planes, so we'll see how this goes. And we've got shots going down. We'll get more into what is about this map as we kind of watch these here. So, Taco Lovers already in the mix. Nicely done by Taco Thursday. Gets an elimination there. NA and user up there on top. Here we are here in Yulin. Very dangerous place to be. Teams can get up there, up top here, where both the team 15 and 11 and are, so they could then oversee down in the area. Deco Deop is down and out. Zeus down and out. So Vortex, last one that is still standing, is now going to go to that recall tower, since there was a last one, and be able to bring back all 3 of the remaining members just that quick. They're going to be back up to a full squad and moving in, coming back and taking on more fights. So this is going to be a very fast pace. We do have Team 9 that has completely been eliminated. It didn't look like they were able to. They fell short there and was not able to get to the revive, and they were all quickly eliminated. So SUIX Team 9 was eliminated. We have INV Team 13. And they are been completely eliminated as well. So they're going to wait patiently back in the lobby until for match 4. B. Lee looks like we've got a couple teams there. We'll keep an eye on. Looks like we got 3 teams. So we've got Fearless 4, Extreme Slayers, and Exceeded. These 3 teams are in that area, so we'll keep an eye on those. Let's head right over into Stadium, where always on top is down 2 members now. They have 2 of their members have been dropped. That makes that 3. Shanks. Last one still stands, but Shanks is over there with a revive tower and is about to bring back the other 3 members. Definitely very smart on their part there, being able to head to a recall tower just in time and be able to get the team back. So 15 teams that are remaining currently could very well Slayers with 1 elimination, making that 2. JJ24 got an elimination there, or at least an assist. All right, Exceeded in the area. Extreme Slayers with 2 eliminations and a full squad. And it looks like a Rush is going to be down here. Can they get this revive without getting eliminated? Rush is in some trouble trying to stay close to the, and it does not make it. Exceeded had them pinned down, was not able to actually get that revive. So Extreme Slayers now going to be a team of 3. RTP Resilence Team 10 has been eliminated completely. They're going to be waiting in the lobby for match 4 right after this. So we're now down to just 14 teams, but we've already seen 2 teams fully come back. Nexus out in Jaden City, out there in that blue zone. Looks like they may be getting some last minute stuff. We've got URZA ESPORTS, and they are in the blue zone rotating in. As well as always on top, they're rotating their way into the zone. Back into Yulin we go, where there's a fight going on. Straight out of Nepal with 6 total eliminations for the team. They are definitely putting in some work here. Taco Thursday coming in with a recall. All right, I believe all of Taco Lovers have been recalled at least once already. So that may be it for them. So they're gonna have to play smart if they want to stay alive. All right, Lawson is down for straight out of Nepal. All right, Hope has been eliminated. Lawson has been eliminated. All right, Spence with that shotgun in hand, it was doing some work. It did get a drop there, but was unable to. All right, Wolf, last one, still stands. Let's see. I believe they can still have a recall. Let's see if Wolf is going to try to go for a recall or not. We'll keep an eye because Wolf is way out in that blue zone. Four sexy frogs with 4 eliminations. Problem is having a little bit of trouble. All right, so problem is going to be back up. Moto with exceeded. This is a 2v1. This is not a good place to be caught out in the zone, because both of these teams will be battling each other plus the zone. But Moto may be down and out here very quickly. Moto knows that he is in trouble. And it is dropped just that quick and has been eliminated. Exceeded now up to with 3, but looks like they're going to get that revive, so Moto is going to come back. All right, 14 teams. We've only have 3 teams that have been eliminated. It is about to get extremely crazy here with our 14 teams in our very little zone. And a Fearless 4, we're going to pop with them just here. They did just lose a member, so Viper has been eliminated. All right, 4 sexy frogs still hanging out there in the blue zone with exceeded, so we may be in trouble. They may be in some trouble there. Looks like they're going to be rotating in if they can get to zone, but our zone very little, and we have 4 teams inside the zone already. So with 14 teams, it is about to be very chaotic here. So hopefully we don't drop. There it is. Definitely get where it was getting really hectic there, where our teams were starting to move in. The main cam just could not keep up with all of the action that is about to be taking place. As you can see, our teams are moving in. So with 14 teams, that little circle is going to be crowded. So we're going to start seeing some very quick fights as these teams are rolling in. Dauntless with 5 eliminations, team of 3. And our zone just got even smaller. So these are going to be absolutely chaotic. Hopefully we can keep up with all of the action. Main cam does not go down any more than it already has. All right, RICHX Esports with 2 eliminations. And they are sitting as a team of 3. Let's see if they can get this revive. Hopefully, Dauntless very well quickly moving in. All right, we've got Always on top right across the road. Dauntless on the same side of the street as RICHX. I believe Dauntless is a team of 3. They are with 5 eliminations. RICHX with a team of 3. So this is a 3v3 right now on the same side. But RICHX has only 2 eliminations. Again, still plenty of time. TGAMES are rolling in. Looks like they're going to try to stay off at a distance there and get those long-range shots in. All right, these teams are going to be taking, definitely at this point, they're going to be kind of just waiting it out, waiting for that zone, waiting for these teams, and trying to get that right opportunity to come in for a third party. All right, always on top, definitely working those third party kills, as TGAMES is still off in the distance. All right, RICHX is in trouble. They are truly pinned down right here. Not a lot of places to go. Twelve teams are remaining. All right, user up there on the top, and both of these cams have gone down. So hang tight here just a moment. We're going to be right back. We're going to throw this, we'll be right back while both of those are loading in. All right, and we are back. So Dauntless, so we can try to pick up where we are since we had trouble there. So Dauntless up to 9 eliminations, and it is, again, we're up to 8 teams that are remaining. So quite a few teams did get eliminated when both of those cams went down. Again, this is gonna be absolutely crazy. Let's see if we can keep it in the loop here, because it is absolutely crazy with 8 teams that are still remaining. Let's see if we can find those. There they are. All right, back with the Dauntless. Dauntless with 9 eliminations. They are almost just kind of inside the zone, holding it down. But they are a team of 3. Fearless 4 XP there with a good drop on a member of a Fearless 4 XP, definitely trying to get some quite a few shots in. All right, with the 6 teams remaining, let's jump over with it straight out of Nepal. 14 eliminations on the board. 14, and they are sitting as a full squad. Fearless 4 Viper still alive, keeping that team alive. They do have 3 eliminations. Lawson and Wolf with Straight Nepal have been dropped. Hopefully they can get that revive. ARTIC Gaming, 0 eliminations, but they are done really well trying to stay alive. As being just a full squad, well, they just lost a member, so they're now going to be a team of 3. As the zone is closing in, we are now down to just 5 teams that are remaining. This is absolutely very quick fights here. 2 teams are remaining. ARTIC Gaming and Dauntless. ARTIC Gaming has to move straight into Dauntless. So Dauntless being with 12 eliminations, this is a 3v3. ARTIC Gaming is going to be in some serious trouble because Dauntless holds the zone. All right, we've got a 3v3. Who's it gonna be? Koi moving in very quickly, shotgun in hand, and is not able to get anything. Sacrifices. All right, Twilight is hurting, but blazes down for Dauntless. Twilight is in trouble, needs to heal up. This is gonna be I think Twilight's last one still standing. This is a 3v1. Twilight is could very well be in trouble. Pulling in that shotgun could get the eliminations here. Alright, they are now up to down and out they go, and Dauntless takes that chicken dinner for match number 3. ARTIC Gaming coming in second, 4 Sexy Frogs coming in third, URZA coming in fourth, Straight at Nepal coming in 5th, Fearless 4 coming in 6th, TGAMES coming in 7th, Extreme Slayers coming in 8th, Always on Top coming in 9th, RICHX Esports coming in 10th, NEXUS coming in 11th, TACOLOVERS coming in 12th, Exceeded coming in 13th, SILVERSPURS coming in 14th, RTP coming in 15th, INV coming in 16th, and SU coming in 17th. All right, our last match is coming up for tonight for the Burn in Silence Turkey event. Their finals for their tournament that they have been doing. So hang tight, we'll get you into match number 4. All right, our last and final match for the Burn in Silence Turkey finals for their tournament they have had going on. We have definitely seen a lot of action, a lot of quick fights, a lot of these teams that are duos taking on full squads and everything in between. We are here back with our final match. We're going to be here back in Erangel. So our flight path coming out of Severny, the shooting range, all the way down towards the military base, Primorsk, the ferry pier. We've got Georgia Pool, Severny, Yasnaya Polyana, School, Rozhik, Ruins, Pachinki. Again, great places for these teams to jump down, quickly grab what they need, loot up, suit up, and take on fights as they come. And we got quite a few teams that are already starting to actually jump out in the very beginning of this flight path. So we'll see if they're going to be going down. We may see 2 or 3 teams. It looks like they are headed into Severny. We will keep an eye on these teams as they are making their way down. We'll figure out which team is going to be down on the ground. And it looks like one member from Team 11 already down on ground and quickly grabbing some stuff. All 3 teams already down on ground. Fearless 4 member is definitely hurt. Hopefully they can get this revive and keep them as a full squad. Novo, looks like Novo is down for NA. Maybe in some serious trouble for Nexus here. And they are just lost to Novo, so Nexus is now going to be a solo. They just landed, and they're already down to a solo God Kid, a last one still standing. Can a God Kid hold their own, and hold the team together? And our zone is going to be that northern zone with Severny in the center. So both of these Rich Esports and Fearless 4 are going to be in the center of the zone. So they're going to have plenty of time to loot, grab, and do whatever they need. And Nexus down and out, IVN Team 13 has already been eliminated. We got TGAMES down in military base. We've got 2 teams inside Pachinki. Let's hop over here real quick with RTP with 4 eliminations. It looks like very well could have been INV that was there inside Pachinki and got quickly eliminated as well. So always on top is in Pachinki here with RTP. Now let's see which one of these teams is actually going to come out of here alive. Both of these teams are really good. So it could be any one of these teams that could be coming out of Pachinki alive. And again, both teams could very well come out of it alive. They may be able to try to get a vehicle and just kind of get out of the area. All right, our teams are scattered out really well, so looks like we'll hang tight right here. We'll also keep an eye on Severny. Looks like Fearless 4, let's quickly head back up here. Fearless 4 with 3 eliminations, and they are getting these revives, so they're going to be staying alive, looks like, as a full team. Rich with 3 members down. Slay. Is Slay going to be the last one? Slay's going to be the last one still fully standing. Jat is still standing as well, but is low, very, very low in health here. Let's jump right in with Slay. Ooh, Slay got tagged. Oh, TBS in hand does get the drop and the elimination on both. Alright, so Slay now with 2 eliminations. This is now putting RICH Esports up to 3 eliminations. And a Fearless 4 with 5 eliminations, and they are a duo as well. So this is a 2v2 inside Severny. Alright, we'll keep an eye out on those. We're gonna head right in back into Pachinki. Looks like we might have had Always on the top has been eliminated by RTP. They are up to 7 eliminations now. So RTP stays alive inside Pachinki and is able to finish looting that area up before making their way into zone. So Fearless 4 and RICH Esports are our only 2 teams right now that are fighting it out. Let's see, can Viper with a shotgun. Viper goes down. Fearless 4. And a Fearless 4 down and out. So RICH Esports moving forward with 5 eliminations and being a duo now. So see how well they can hold their own now since they are a duo team. But RICH Esports is also a really good team as well. So being a duo, they can definitely for sure hold their own. Extreme Slayers out there on the bridge. They're on the west side bridge. They're on the west side bridge for the Georgia pool. So, with that zone closing in fast, is definitely gonna be hurting. All right, Extreme Slayers. JJ24 looks like it's gonna be the last one that is still gonna stay alive. Definitely has pushed into the zone. All right, let's go. Headed right back over into a Georgia pool now. Let's Dauntless with 3 eliminations. Duo Taco Lovers just on the bridge. Let's go find out. All right, so Taco Lovers, 2 eliminations, full squad. They are holding their own here. All right, Taco Lover is going to be making it across the bridge. All right, just north of RICHX, we've got some teams starting to bunch up. It's going to be Team 9 and Team 8, both really close. Alright, SUIX with a team of 3. Alright, and Poppy, the last one still stands for SUIX. It looks like it's gonna try to take on a full squad. Alright, Team Games. Alright, T-Games up to a total of 3 eliminations and a full squad. Dr. 2 laying down some shots. I believe they did get a drop there. Dr. 2 gets dropped, was not paying attention. NEXUS, the last one, still stands. And is down and out. T-Games down and out here. Alright, Poppy coming in with a third party. Trying to get some more eliminations. And a SUIX down and out. RTP 11 eliminations. They are bringing the heat for sure on this one, and they're going to be a team of 3. And a RICH Esports not too far behind with 8 eliminations. Slay, last one still alive. Alright, Slay is all healed up. Alright, Slay playing this cat and mouse game. This is a 1v1. Alright, Koi, the last one still stands for ARTIC Gaming. This is a battle of the shotguns. Oh, and Koi down and out. Slay coming in with a very nice set of kills there. So Rich Esports now up to 9 total eliminations. All right, we have 9 teams that are still remaining, and our teams are rotating into zone. Extreme Slayers. JJ24, last one still stands. Slay is getting it in, and Slay gets the kill. So Rich Esports now up to 10 eliminations. Our zone did shift. Not a lot of cover, looks like, for these teams. We're going to jump in really quickly with 2 of our teams that are already inside zone. Dauntless down there at the bottom by the water. But let's go take a quick look here with RTP. And they are a duo. As you can see, and not a lot of cover here for these teams. Dauntless being by the water is going to have to come up the hill there. All right, Taco Lovers of 4 eliminations. Exceeded, down and out. Just 7 teams are remaining, and it looks like 4 sexy frogs are kind of taking it slow here, moving as that zone does kind of start to shift. Alright, Spence in the airboat. Ooh, Straight and Paul may be in trouble. They started this out being a team of 3, and it looks like they are. So Wolf, the last one, still stands. All right, looks like Wolf is going to be kind of playing it safe here. All right, our zone shifts once again. LP with the Dauntless already is inside of the zone. Alright, Wolf laying down some long shots there. Alright, User with 1 elimination. And they are sitting as a duo. Six teams are remaining, and I believe our remaining teams, none of them are a full squad. The closest one is going to be the TACOLOVERS, with being just a team of 3, as they're going to be making their way into zone. Oh, and Slay runs right into the flames there. Lofs is down and out. Deco Day Op, last man still stands for URZA. We've got just 4 teams that are remaining. Alright, with our 4 teams, we're going to see it kind of slow down just a little more. We got 4 sexy frogs. Alright, these 3 teams look like they're all just going to be just sitting as a solo now. Alright, Slay doing some work, is now up to 9 eliminations, 13 total eliminations. Slay is the last one, gets spins out, jumps out of the car, can afford sexy frogs, bring it home. This is a 2v1. Ooh, a nice hit. Nice. Looks like Slay is gonna try to make it across the water. Alright, who's it gonna be? 2 teams remain. Slay is definitely putting up some work. Slay is pinned down. The only way out of this is going to be moving right into 4 sexy frogs. GG's, nicely done there. Slay was definitely in some trouble. So 4 sexy frogs taking the chicken dinner with only 3 total eliminations. Rich coming in the second. URZA coming in the third. TACOLOVERS coming in 4th, straight out of Nepal. Coming in 5th. RTP coming in 6th. DAUNTLESS coming in 7th. Exceeded coming in 8th. Extreme Slayers coming in 9th. ARTIC Gaming coming in 10th. SUIX coming in 11th. TGAMES coming in 12th. Fearless 4 coming in 13th. Always on top coming in 14th. NA coming in 15th. INV coming in 16th. All right, that is it for tonight's scrimmage with Burning in Silence for their Turkey finals for their tournament. So I do appreciate everybody tuning in and hanging out and watching, supporting the stream, and most importantly, supporting these amazing teams as they put on a show for every one of y'all. Until next stream, I will catch y'all later on another time and another stream. Y'all have a wonderful rest of y'all's Monday.